Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the XBLA Fans channel. I'm here to give you a quick taste of Slay the Spire, a Rogue Lite deck building card game. We are going to the Spire, defeating enemies, defeating bosses, collecting cards, and powering up your deck as you go. So I've actually played a little bit of this. I'm actually really enjoying this, and I was really happy when this was announced. So I've gotten to the third, fourth, or maybe fifth boss in Standard. I actually got there on my first try because I got really lucky with some of the cards I got. I did the daily climb. This unlocked this, and then doing this unlocked this, and then beating the first boss in this unlocked a new character. Doing this unlocked another character. So it's fairly easy to get all three characters. I'll show those off in a bit. But the core of the game is you are using these cards to make a deck. You're actually given a preset deck at the beginning, and you actually are able to add cards as you go. You can't really take cards out. You can pay to have them removed and stuff like that. But, of course, it is that thing of, yes, you're getting more and better cards. The thing is, you're going to have a whole bunch of other cards in the way to get them. And some of these, of course, allow you to damage the enemies. Some of them give you shields. Some of them allow you to boost your strength or take away the strength of the enemies, poison them, all kinds of different stuff that you can imagine. And then you have the fun parts, which are the relics, which are sort of continual buffs. Like this one, at the end of combat, I get 6 health. Or this one is right here at the start of each combat, I get 2 health. There's all assortment of things from like getting health to, hey, you don't get potions or anything, but you get extra energy, which is used to play cards and stuff like that. Like this one, whenever you discard a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. So let's go and just do a standard run. So you start with this guy, you unlock this guy and this guy. This guy is a lot of poisons and dodge and evasion. He's like the kind of rogue. This appears to be the mage. I haven't used him yet. And this is the one I kind of started with. You start with the Ironclad. He's actually very much a warrior. We're going to use him. Let's see. Let's see what I want to do. Let's get a random relic, common relic. So what did we actually get? It's not going to tell me. I'll figure it out later. Can I look at it now, please? Nope. Oh, I don't. So this is where this is the stage. You can see that there's different paths, different things to encounter, like enemies, treasure chests, bonfires, where you can rest or upgrade a card for free. But let's go right into a battle. All right. So this is my guy right here. These are the enemies, and as you can see, it states their intent, what they intend to do: attack, defend, or add shields, or do a debuff. And of course, they have a secondary effect of if I do damage to them, they'll curl up. So what does this do? Oh, okay, so that's a pretty good relic. So as you can see, this is my character here. To his bottom left is my energy, and as you can see, each card has a cost. And that's how much it is to play that card. This one will give me 5 defense, which would cancel out 5 of this damage. I would still take 2. And it's pretty straightforward card stuff. And each of the card tells you exactly what it'll do. Left trigger shows what's in my draw pile. And then I don't actually have a discard pile, so I can't look it up. Top, it shows my character name, my level, my health level, which is 80 out of 80. I got gold, and then I have potions on the first floor. And then the top right shows the map and all that kind of fun stuff and whatever. So I'm going to actually put some defense on. That only lasts for this turn unless it states otherwise. And I'm going to attack him. So he's taking damage, and we're going to curl both of you up. And then we're going to end my turn. And those cards are discarded. There are bad cards that will say exhaust and stuff like that, which will, if you use them, they'll be removed from play. Like if this card said exhaust, I use it once, and then it's removed from play. If I run out of draw cards, my discard pile is shuffled back into my deck. Let's go ahead and finish these 2 off. And I've won. And of course, that is the first battle, so it's easy. You get gold, and then you can pick a card to add to your hand. So wounds are unplayable cards, so they essentially just clutter up your hand. So if you draw 5 cards and you have, let's say, exhaust or a certain card in your hand that's just unplayable, it just doesn't allow you. Instead of drawing 5 good cards, you're drawing those 2 bad cards and then 3 cards that are actually usable. All right, let's take this thunderclap. Let's keep moving. These mystery spaces could be events, shops. It could be anything. So I can pray, or I can get. Yeah, let's just. I don't need all that money. It's ridiculous. Let's see. I got this bash. Vulnerable makes it so he actually takes more damage. So instead of taking that 6, he took 9. So that was a buff. You can always see what they're doing above their head, and if you want to, you can kind of see what exact status effects are happening. So I will not take any damage that turn because I have 10 defense. He will attack me. It'll only do 6. I'll have 4 left. There you go. So this will do vulnerable. Smack him. Smack him. And I am going to take 9 damage, but I'll be able to end it next turn. But yeah, once you get like much better cards, there are times where you can actually just, if you have the right combination of cards, you just can wipe out all the enemies at once. I had a relic that was actually, it would curse me, but if I played a card with 2 or more energy, it would recast that card. So I actually had a card that did X, like 10 for, if I used 2 energy, I got 10 damage to everyone. So I would use that card and then it would recast that card and everyone took 20 damage. And there were enemies who didn't have 20 health and they would just get massacred. Let's see. Oh, that's a good one since it costs 0. Let's go to this other question mark. Perfect. This is the salesman. He sells cards and then he sells relics. So, ooh, start with combat block. Let's get that. And I've had lines of those happening. So I actually looked at it, I tapped it earlier. So cards can be upgraded. As you can see down there, view the upgrade. They increase either the damage or what they apply or give you more defense or stuff like that. That can be done at a bonfire instead of sleeping. Perfect. Do that. Thunderclap them. Do that, and he's dead. So he's going to lick me. He's going to do that. It's not going to do too much to me. Some enemies do a lot of status effect ailments. Some do healing. Some do buffing. All right, so I'm going to only take 2 damage. So if I wanted to use a potion, I just hit X. I can just throw that potion at him, but that would be a waste. So exhaust. So this card here, exhaust, means I would not be able to use it until the end of combat after like the entire thing goes over. So I'd get 7 shields, but that card would not actually cycle back through. So we're going to actually upgrade one of my cards. We're going to upgrade, no, let's upgrade this slash to 9. Or I could have rested for a certain amount of my health, but I've only lost 1 health, so whatever. Let's gather some slime goop, I guess. A lot of those can be very bad. Very rarely are they like just good, like that gold one I got early on. There it is. So I got 22 shields now. Thump. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying this game. It starts slow, but you start to get better cards fairly quickly. And use that shield. The sort of assassin person has a lot of the, instead of like the shields and stuff, they have blocks, dodge rolls and stuff like that, and a lot of poisons and like smaller, lesser costing damage or attacks from what I've seen. Less costing cards for damage. Cheaper cards, so let's just go with that. And each one actually has their own experience bar and stuff like that. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to get through my shield. And then one more should be done with that. There we go. There we go. So if I kept going, I'd get to the boss, fight the boss, and then move to the next level. Treasure chest. That's a pretty good one. Let's go see this elite, and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, I fought these guys before. Got a whole bunch of shields. And status effects leave at the end of the battle, so you don't have to worry about it. There you go. Those are dazed. Those are what I was talking about earlier. Those are going to get shuffled into my deck. So I will have to deal with a whole bunch of those cards. So once those rotate over, I will have that many cards to deal with, even more. So that's probably what the bad part about them is they're just going to put a whole bunch of those dazed cards into my thing. Let's see. Let's get rid of you since you're actually attacking. Boy, they are just going at it. Let's get rid of you, and then bash you. And then luckily those are gone. Smack you, thunderclap you. Should have done thunderclap first, but it doesn't really matter. We defeated them. And usually when you beat an elite, you get a relic, if I have followed this correctly. Let's get that anger card. But yeah, that's Slay the Spire. I think it's a pretty great card game. Let's actually go ahead and quit this run, and I can show you some of the cards for the other guy. So this guy has a lot of green cards. Like a lot of poisons. Like this one, like, hey, if you deal 12 damage whenever you play this card, the enemy loses whenever I play a card this turn. So like, if I get them with this and then I play another card, they lose another 3 health. So it's pretty good. Like I said here, backflip, dodges. A lot of applying status effects. This is one of the good ones. Damage 10, do damage to 10 all enemies. This one's pretty great. I got another one. Where was it? Where is he? This one right here. Do 15 damage to an enemy. If it kills it, it permanently increases this card's damage by 3. So that should make it 18. But it does exhaust the card. But yeah, that is Slay the Spire. I would highly suggest it if you're interested in it, or you like kind of card games and stuff like that. There's no like online stuff or anything, but there is the daily climbs, and you can like make your own stuff. Like all these different kind of crazy modifiers and stuff like that. Look how many there are. Look at all that. Wow. I am ZeroJD. This is the XBLA Fans channel. Thank you very much for watching me. This is Slay the Spire. I would highly suggest it. If you have any questions, ask below in the comments. Thank you. Have a nice day.